Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about how block allocation is going to happen in classless addressing. So previous video, we discussed about the what is the difference between the classless and then classful addressing, and then why we are moving for the classless addressing. Now we have to know about how the blocks are allotted under the classless addressing. Okay, the block allocation in classless addressing. Okay, so for this block allocation, so we are just having the three conditions. We have to satisfy this three conditions. First one, the blocks must be in a continuous manner. So the block must be allotted in a continuous manner, that is a one after another the addresses must be allotted. And second one, the number of addresses must be in a powers of 2. The total number of addresses must be in a powers of 2, just like 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, and so on up to 2 power 32. Okay, so what is the meaning? 2 power 1 is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, like that. Okay, so it will be go on 2 power 32. Third one, the first address must be divisible by the total number of address. The first address of that block, that should be divisible by the total number of address. Okay, so for example, the first address is given like this: 18.14.12.0. This is the first address with the classless notation, so obviously the prefix length must be given. Okay, so this must be divisible by your total number of address. So for this block, first we need to calculate the total number of address. So for the total number of address, we will use the capital N. So 2 power 32 minus small n. So small n is your prefix length. Okay, so here the prefix length is 22. So from that you can easily identify the total number of address. So how this will be divisible by the total number of address? So this is not a decimal format. Okay, so first we need to convert this into decimal. Okay, so the IP address, first we need to convert it into decimal format, then only we can able to calculate it. Okay, so according to this example, so how we need to convert the IP address into decimal. Fine. So 18.14.12.0/22. Okay, so anyway, an example. For example, the total number is already given, so 1024, like that. So for this example, the one address is given, so total number of addresses 1024. Okay, so now how we just convert, this is your IP address. Now we are just going to convert as a decimal. So then only we can able to divide by your total number of addresses. Okay, so first we have to identify the position. So we already know the IP addresses is the base is 256, right? So the dotted decimal IP address base is 256. So these are all the positions. This is the 0th position, first position, second position, and then third position. So these are all the positions. Okay, so then it's a 256 power 0th position and 256 power first position, 256 power 2, and then 256 power 3. Okay, so we have to calculate the values. So anything power 0, 1, and 256 power 1 is 256, and then 256 power 2 is 6, 5, 5, 3, 6, and then 256 power 3 is 1, 6, 777 2, 1, 6. Okay, first we need to calculate this. Now we have to multiply, okay, these two things. So what is the corresponding value? So 18 multiplied by your value. So 16,777,216. Then 14 multiplied by 65536. Then 12 is multiplied by 256. Then 0 is multiplied by 1. Okay, so now we need to calculate the value. So 18 multiplied by this is 30198 and 9888, and this value is 917504, and this one 3072 and multiply 0. Okay, so we need to add all these values. Add it. Okay, so what is if we add like this, you will get 302 and 910 and 464. So this is the corresponding decimal value for the given IP address. So now you have to check whether this is divisible by 1024. So 1024 is total number of address. Okay, so yes, whether it is divisible. So 295811 will come. So first just you have to check whether it is a divisible or not. Okay, this is the way you have to check whether the first address is divisible by a number of total number of address or not. So this is the third condition. Okay, so this process is how to convert the IP address into decimal format. Fine. So to allot the blocks for that classless addressing in the sense, so we have to satisfy these three conditions. The blocks must be continuous. So continuous means it's starting from, for example, if I'm just allotted the 16 blocks means it started from 0 means 0 to 1,5. So all the blocks must be continuous, 0, 1, 2 till 15. Okay, so then the second one is the total number of address must be in a 2 powers, so required blocks. For example, if the organization is asking or otherwise giving the requirement for 10 addresses alone, but actually the 10 is not a 2 to the powers. Okay, so the minimum requirement is 10. They are asking minimum is 10. So what is the 2 to the powers? So 2, 4, 8. So 8 we cannot able to allot because the minimum is 10. So the next one is 16. So requirement is 10, but we are going to allot 16 addresses for this organization. Okay, so whatever the requirement is there, first we need to check whether it is in a 2 powers or not. If it is a 2 powers, directly we can assign. If it is not 2 power, we have to make it as a greater than that requirement in a 2 powers. Okay, so then the first address must be divisible by your total number of address. So for this, checking the third condition only, we have to make this process. So these are all the 3 conditions first we have to met before going to allot the blocks in a classless address. Thank you.